Hi everybody, I'm Colette the Highway Stitcher, here to give you my stitching from the highway and at home. I've got my t-shirt on, cross-stitch t-shirt that I'm wearing, and ready to get to making this video. Grateful for the opportunity that I have to be here. Thankful to all of you who join me, all of those who may just be new joining me, and also those who are longtime viewers. Not old viewers, but longtime viewers. I'm grateful for all of you. I have to do a little bit of housekeeping first before I move on. Though I do have an FO to show you, I have two FFOs to not show you, unfortunately, because they are gift stitches. And lots of whips, my next wasting away whips, my wall whips, and also my plans. And then when I'm done with that, I will move on, and you can join me if you want or not, to what happened during my travels to StitchCon and my shop stop tour up to Hobby Lobby, wow, yes, right, Hobby House Needleworks, and then back down through a whole bunch of really fun cross stitch shops. So anyway, there's a lot to cover today, so I have to do a little bit of housekeeping first, but then I'm going to move on and get started with all of the cross stitch stuff that I want to show you. First of all, I had a giveaway last month, and I want to take care of that first. The giveaway was this Swallows pattern by RTO, and I had 162 commenters, and the winner is Patty Kolak 1038. Patty, there, if you're watching this video, please contact me either by email. My email will be below, or if you see this, you know, on Instagram. I mean, if you happen to be with me on Instagram, which is Colette Stitcher, then contact me that way, message me that way, and I will get your address and send this kit off to you. And congratulations to you, Patty Kolak 1038. Okay, the next thing is I'm going to have two more giveaways, so I will let you know what those are. This is Haunted by Misty Purcell. I finished this, as you know, if you have watched my previous videos, I finished this stitch a little while ago. So I'm giving you guys an opportunity to maybe get this as a giveaway. So I want you to put in your comments or whatever the word haunted. The second one is also one I finished. This is Let's Visit the Southwest, even though a lot of times I call it Spirit of the Southwest. I finished this one a couple months ago, and would love to have someone have the opportunity to stitch this if they loved it as much as me when I was stitching it. So this one will be Southwest for the word. So put Southwest in your comments below, and then we'll see if anybody, you know, who gets these particular patterns. So okay, so now I'm going to move on, tell you about, like I said, I have two FFOs. They are gift stitches. I can't show them right now. My plan is when I do give them and I know everything's done, then I will go ahead and show them to you then on a video, because I did a short little video for them, so I'll show you that. But I did do one FO. I did this Primrose, I finished this Primrose Cottage red, white, and blue quilt. A short and sweet little stitch. I stitched this on 30 count Confederate gray, Weeks Confederate gray, 2/2 with the called for over dyes that went with it. There was only three colors, so it was great. It went pretty fast. And the reason why I have this is I can mention this in this part of the video because this does have a you know, bearing on actually finishing up this little stitch. When we made our shop stop tour up to Victory, New York, to Hobby House, and then back to the other stitching shops, I mentioned we should do some kind of a stitch for how many miles that we totally went on. And we totally did 1,238 miles for our stitching up there and back. So Brenda thought it was a great idea too, so we ended up both picking a little small that we could stitch to get that 1,238 miles in for celebrating our shop stop tour. So Anyway, this is the one that I did. It did go over 1,238 stitches, but that's fine because it wasn't that much over. So anyway, that's the one FO I got. Okay, so now on to my whips. First of all, this looks familiar because, of course, I just, we just did the giveaway for it. This is the piece that I started. I blame Lara of Our Stitch Birds for this. She's doing it for her birthday sal. She started it. I started it a little late, but I still want to be part of the sal because I love, love, love this RTO kit. I spent a couple days on it so that I could get some work on it. But I'm using, I opted to use the kit floss and the kit fabric, which is a 14, I think this is like a 14 count Ada. And so I managed to stitch quite a bit of that bird that's right in the middle of the piece. I started in the middle because with these kits sometimes you don't have a huge amount of leftover along the sides. So I generally start in the middle. And I'm really happy with that amount I got done. Even though the back stitching, of course, isn't in it, you can tell that's a cute little swallow taking shape. And I did 727 stitches on this to get a fairly decent start. I also had another new start, and I'll blame Dina Half Stitch Cross Stitch for this one, as well as Sarah Stitch and Mommy. I had this in my patterns for quite a while. I've always loved it. It's Isabella's Garden by Lavender and Lace. Love her blowing those bubbles and that cute little girl. And when they mentioned that they were going to start it, I decided, well, I would start it too. I started a little later than them, but I'm happy with the progress that I made. I stitched 721 stitches into it, started in the middle, which is the, sort of that ribbon that she has down there. And then I worked my way up to the top and outlined around her face and her hair. So she looks a little spooky right now, but next time I pick her up, I'll be able to just pick it up and start working on the face and then hopefully get the face and hair pretty much completed, and then I can back stitch it. Then she will look like a lovely little girl in her garden. And I stitched this on, let's see, 32 count oak linen from Oak Crown Fabrics, which is Amy. And I just love this fabric. It's just a beautiful green, just absolutely beautiful. And so really grateful with how this is turning out. I think this is turning out really nice. And the lighter colors are going to show up on it as well as her bubbles and things she does. So I'm happy with that. So that is my other new start. Now I'm going to move on to a few other things I picked up along the way to do, and then I'm going to move on to my wasting away whips and what my new ones will be. I had a video call with Sarah, Stitch and Mommy, and I decided to pick up Frosted Pumpkins Castle Homecoming. I've been working on this for quite a while and chipping away at it. So I did 150 stitches while I was talking, and I did the scroll that is over here on this side, completed that scroll work. Made sure I counted over and made sure that it was even on both sides. Since I'm working up to the top of this piece now, I've got to make sure that everything is correct before I start filling in above that cute little knight and heralder and the princess and everything. So it was easy to pick up the scroll and work on it and still talk. So this is, I'm stitching this on a 32 count Be Stitched to Me Frost, 2/2 threads, and what else? Oh, all DMC. There's all DMC with these Frosted Pumpkins. And it's so cute. I mean, even though I haven't done much more on it, I just love showing it off. Because those little knights and those little princesses and that dragon are darn cute. So, and the frog. And the little goblin or whatever he is down there fishing. I mean, just everything is just so darling. So that is Frosted Pumpkin, Castle Homecoming. Okay, another one I also worked on is a cell that several of us are doing. We call it, we have two hashtags for it. Matter in Hand, hashtag Matter in Hand Cell by Jeanette Douglas. So it's just hashtag Matter in Hand. And then another hashtag we have for it is OC to OC Cell, which OTC, yeah, OCT cell. And the reason why we call it that is it's a cell that we start in October at Stitch West in Salt Lake City, the retreat there, and then we finish it the following October. Usually we just tell everybody, just join us. If you want to join us, we're happy to have you. Don't worry about how fast you finish it, how slow you finish it. If you just like it, come join us. Use one of the hashtags. We'd love to see the work that you've done. I'm keeping up with what I'm supposed to be doing. I was supposed to be through to that spool there, the pink one with the heart, which I finished. I haven't quite done the border down the side yet, but did finish the main part of it. I know there was a little bit also that I worked on from before. I don't think I quite had that other pair of scissors done, so I had to finish them up. And also, if you can see here too, I was working on that little flower, finishing up that little flower there, and the same color was down here. So I just went down there and finished the motif on that. So that's why it's kind of odd seeing that one off to the side there, but that is why it's there. This is 40 count color and cotton in the colorway of Pampas Grass. And I'm using the over-dyed threads for it. So that's Matter in Hand. Now I'm going to go to my Wasting Away WIPs. Just to show you a little, I don't know if I actually ever pulled this out and showed you, but this is like a knitting bowl, you know, where you can pull the yarn through and stuff. But I'm using it to put in all of my papers for all the WIPs that I have not worked on for years. And then what I do is I just hold it up, and then I go like this, and I pull them. Some of them, like I was using all kinds of notepads, and they ended up getting used up. So I've got whites, I've got pinks, I've got all kinds. Anyway, that's what I've been using, and I didn't know if I'd ever showed that before or not. But I pull out 4 a month, usually at the end of the month, like on the anywhere from the 25th to the 28th of the month. I pull it out, and I pull out 4, and then I show them usually. So before I show the 4 that I picked out for this coming month of July, I'm going to show you the progress I got done on my previous WAS that I worked on in the month of June. The first one that was called was out of the Just Cross Stitch magazine, February 2021, and it's called Lovely Gnomes. This is just a black and white of it. A Valentine-y type of pattern, but cute. It's been fun to work on. I'm stitching it on 28 count, Picture This Plus Oaken. Or no, wait, not Oaken. Earthen. Let me make sure on that. Yes. 2/2 on 28 count, Picture This Plus Earthen with the called for DMC threads. What I had done from previously, a few years ago, was I had finished everything, including the back stitching of the V gnome. And so I asked people last month when I pulled these out and showed my 4 I was going to work on. I said, hey guys, tell me which one you'd rather have me work on. And most everybody wanted me to work on the little E gnome. And I kind of agree. I like those little dots on his stocking cap and his cute little beard and everything. So we are working on E. Or we did work on E. I finished him completely, including the back stitch. So our second little gnome is done. I should probably name them, huh? We can have E for Edward, V for Victor, L for Lonnie. No, I already have a friend named Lonnie. We'll do Lenny maybe. L for Lenny, and O for Owen. So now we'll see if I can remember those. Anyway, it was fun to work on this. It was fun to get it out and work on another little gnome. So that was the first wall that I finished. I worked on it during StitchCon. This one I also brought to StitchCon to work on. This is my only Joan Elliott that I'm working on right now. It's called the Embroideress, and I love Joan Elliott's style. She has kind of a little bit different look to her ladies as opposed to Mira's or the Bella Filipinis, but I love the look on them. They are just beautiful. This one I had pretty much worked on up here and got most of that done. Most of like that back, these back here, got them done. This time I started to work on her hair. So you'll see that I have some of her hair done there and the spots left for the beads, because there will be beads in her hair right there. And then I also did a little bit down here. And I did start having, it was kind of hard to work on the hair and do all the spacing correctly on the beads part. So, you sit there and you're talking to people and everything. Probably wasn't the best one to bring along. So I do have to probably go back and rip out a little bit of the hair part and some parts that that are not correct. That's why I ended up going back down to the column there and working on that little bit of dark color underneath, because that was easy to do. So, but her hair is starting to take shape. This is Silk Weaver, 32 count Silk Weaver fabric in the colorway Lavender Mist, with a called for DMC metallics, as you can see from some of the scroll work up there. And then there will be beads too. And this one doesn't really do it justice. Maybe back there it kind of shows the lighter lavender look to it, but it really makes this piece look very nice. Okay, so that's my second wall whip, which I worked on during StitchCon. My third one I worked on when I got home from StitchCon. It's the last of my full coverages that was picked out that had not been worked on for at least a year. So, and this is Heaven and Earth, Shepherds Keeping Watch. The artwork is by Donna Gelsinger, and Heaven and Earth are the charters of the pattern. This one I just went gung-ho on. I was really having fun. I have fun with my full coverages, especially if I don't have confetti upon confetti. You know how that goes. If there's some block work and some confetti, that's what I love the most. And in this case, this had kind of some of both of it. So in the past, the last time I picked this up, I'd only just done this starting part here up to about, I would say, right about there. So came back, picked it up. I got 1,302 stitches in it. Completed the first row of stitching at the top, as well as filling in some of it on the left side. So here you go. You can see it. I can't see it really well, but you can. After a while, I'll probably have to stand up and start showing it. And this is a 25 count Zweigart Lugana that's called Wedgwood. You can kind of probably tell from back here it's kind of a lightish purplish blue. Well, probably more blue purplish than it is opposite. I gridded this one myself, or I'm gridding it myself, and it's 1/1 full cross, which is my go-to usually for full coverages. And let's see if there's anything else. Oh, I reached 1% on it. I was pretty excited. I had reached 1,000 stitches and I was going to put it aside to start working on my last wall whip, and then I realized, oh my goodness, I'm like really close to 1% being done on this, so I continued. So this has 270,000 stitches total, and I completed 2,704 stitches since I started it, and it is 1% complete. I'm excited about that. You know, I mean, us with our full coverage, you know, where we've got several 100,000 stitches, you know, we get pretty excited about that 1%. So I reached the 1%. Hooray. The fourth wasting away whip, which I just barely got done when the month was finished, is what and was called was Lady of the Flag. And this one I had done very, very little on, and I picked it up every year on the 4th of July, but still didn't get a whole lot of stitches done. I was lucky to get 100 stitches done on it each 4th of July when I picked it up, so it really didn't look like much of anything. Well, this time I worked on it for a few days to try to get a significant amount of stitching done on it, and I made 1,005 stitches. I started down in the middle there, down at the bottom, with her dress and portions of the flag that are showing up. All I had really done much of before was just this little bit here. So I'm really excited because, as you can see, I made my way up. I started a part of her arm there, right there in the middle, and then worked my way up past some of her dress and up to where, up there at the top, that is actually her neck, and above that will be her face. So that's what I accomplished with the 1,005 stitches. I will pick it back up on July 4th, try to put in a few more, maybe keep it out the next day, but I can't keep it out too much more because I've got to get to work on my other wasting away whips that I chose for July. But I'm really very happy with the amount I got done this time. I'm stitching this on a fabric flare. As you can see, it's called We the People. And I'm stitching it 2/2 and with the DMC, metallics, and beads that will come soon. So that was my last wall whip. I finished it just in time, hooray! So now I'll show you, that's all the stuff I stitched, all my whips for the month of June. Now I will show you all the wasting away whips that I chose this time out of that bowl. I'm going to bring them up here on my table. And I'm just going to pull them out of the bags and show them to you and then put them back in. The first one that I chose was Fat Cat. This is a Halloween pattern. I saw this at Stitcher's Paradise in Las Vegas. It was fully framed. I believe they used probably the same fabric because it did look like it had a chocolatey look to it, even though I picked a different fabric. This is a Birds of a Feather pattern. I fell in love with it. I just chuckled when every time I looked at that piece up on the wall. This cat looks like it had a little bit too much to eat. What is that? A fish and a mouse and a snake and fishes with bones, and it says too many treats underneath it. And I had just finished up a blackbird design, like a Halloween one. So I thought, oh, I can start another fall pattern. So I chose this one to start. I started it at the SoCal Stitchers. There's a lot of us that when we sit together in our little group, they're all such Halloween lovers for stitching. So I thought I would start it there and get a few stitches put into it. Unfortunately, I didn't get very many stitches put into it, as you can see. Probably isn't even 20. It's probably less than 20. But I was smart and I put the needle the right way, so it is positioned. This is the right way on the fabric because I left the needle in like that. Thank goodness. So, and I believe this is probably starting the broom, as you can see in the upper left, because that's normally what I do. This fabric is Live and Die LA, and it's called Wakanda Forever, and it's an 18 count, like a deep purple, which that's pretty much pretty good comparison to what it looks like. And as you can see, the orange and the other stuff is just going to pop. It's just going to be so cute. So anyway, Fat Cat's going to get some work done on it. Actually, this is kind of a cheater pattern because I did start it last year, so it's like probably shouldn't be in with this stuff because it hasn't been wasting away for more than a year. But I put it in because of the fact that I had just done just a handful of stitches, and that's not any good at all. I need to do lots more stitches on it. So that's why it was put into the wall bowl. Okay, the next one that I picked out of the wall bowl is Arcadia by Satsuma Street. So, right there. This is a piece that I love. Just hasn't gotten enough work done on it. The last time I worked on it is when the Satsuma Street designer, Jody Rice, came to Stitch West to design a piece for us to be our designer for the retreat. And so she signed it right up there. So I know that'll be, because we had hands-on design this last October, so that'll make it 2 years come this October. So yes, it's a legal WA. So I'm stitching this one on a 25 count, 2/2, so it's going to be really big. I wanted it big though. On a 25 count, 2/2 Alaskan blue fabric from Zweigart. I think probably about here is giving you probably the right color of it, because I think back is not quite right, but up close is too light, so that's probably about right. I always felt like this pattern looked a lot like It's a Small World at Disneyland. So whenever I get around to it, who knows, when I pick it up this time and stitch, I may just end up stitching around most of it again. But my original thought was to design the little stitch face in there that's at the It's a Small World, the little clock face. And then to me this will look really like It's a Small World. So there we go. Oh, it's the DMC threads that I'm using too. So I'll put this one away. Okay, the third one is another Sal. I don't have too many Sals left in my whips pile of close to 100. I think I'm down some because I did been finishing quite a bit, so I might be down to about 92. But I don't have but a handful of cells that were not completed, like mystery cells, and the reason why is because the type of person I am, I tend to just, when it's done, and a lot of people have kept up on it and they finished it, I'm like, I'm not interested. I don't want to work on this anymore. I totally lose interest in it. Just me, but unfortunately that's what happens. And that's what happened with Castle Homecoming too. It got done. There was a lot of stitching in it, a lot of stitches in it. To me, a little bit too much to finish up in a year. My thought processes were that it was too much. But anyway, whether it was for people or not, I did not finish it up. And it's hard to get it out sometimes and work on it. So these couple that I have left, and this is one of them, which is Pumpkinville. It's also a frosted pumpkin of the little shops that were in Pumpkinville. And by doing it now, this one I have not at all picked up for years. Ever since the mystery cell came out, when it finished, I just set it aside. So this is just a picture of like one of them. I think this was the very first one that came out that I copied in color. So I don't have a completed picture of it. I did 3 of the shops and then put it away. So here's my 3 that I did. I'm stitching this on 28 count, 2 over 2, heroic in Picture This Plus fabric with the DMC floss. So you can see I had like, 3 different shops there that I finished. There'll be 3 more below it, then another 3, then another 3. So I'm not even halfway done yet. So anyway, I'm going to start working on this one, see how it goes, see if I'm enjoying it or if I'm just still feeling like I don't like it. It may end up in a UFO pile, but we'll see. Because so far, every single wad that I have picked out of the bowl, I fell in love with it again, except for one. And it's not like I didn't fall in love with it. It was one where I could not find the correct pattern and floss for it, and so I'm still in the process of going through things and hoping that I find that. But that wasn't stopped. That wasn't UFO'd on purpose. I would have kept doing it. So that's what's been fun. I've fallen in love with all the pieces again, and happy to work on them again. Okay, oops, I didn't get the sheet of the name back in. Okay, the 4th and final wall is Pandemic by Long Dog Sampler. Pandemic was the pattern that Julie, the designer, made and had it offered free for a while on her site, a long time ago during the beginning of the pandemic. I'm stitching this on a 25 count white Lugana. It might be kind of more of an antique white, but I'm not positive on that. I know it is either white or antique white. I'm doing 1 over 1 full cross and using some silk floss that I got from Mrs. Sadis Silks, and it's in the colorway Darling. I'll show this closer to show you how, it kind of changes colors from blues to greens. I did not do any different threads for the back stitch. I just kept it all the same because I love the color. Back here is probably more, maybe right here is probably more the color of it in real life. But until you see it and see how outstandingly beautiful the floss is, it's very hard to explain how beautiful this piece is just seeing it in person. Last time I worked on it, and I don't even remember when that was, I completed this whole motif there. And I might have actually done this one too, so, in the little bird. So we'll see what I can accomplish. Oh, here's probably a better representation of the floss. So you can see the vibrancy in that, the blues and the greens. And it just kind of just shades over to the next color, and it's just absolutely beautiful. So love, love, love this piece. So again, I'm happy with my Wasting Away whips that got chosen for the month of July. And I'll, be working on them in July and have 4 more projects with significant amount on them. So when I do my whip parade, it'll look like I did something this year. Oh, I have to get water, always, so. Okay, what next? My plans. Okay, of course, the WAs I showed you, I'll be working on. I spend 3 days on them at least. Sometimes when I was excited, I ended up just continuing and finishing them off. But in this case, these 3 are not anywhere near being done, so that won't be the case. But there will be a significant amount done on them that you'll be able to tell when I do my next video. I'm also going to continue working on the sals that I have, which is Matter in Hand, which I showed you, and also a sal that I have that I'm doing with my birthday twin, Krista. It's called Happy Birthday, and I will be showing you what I accomplished on that when I come back. I'm also going to work on Lace Maker again. Poor Lace Maker got set aside this month. I don't care to bring my my full coverages with my pattern keeper on my tablet with me to retreats. I just as soon just have just a paper copy, needle minded on my Q snaps, just holding it in my hand with like a little clip light. I like to bring as little as possible, just me, to retreats. So because of that, I don't bring full coverage. So I didn't have an opportunity to work on Lace Maker because I was so busy getting the WAs done afterwards that the whole rest of the time went and it was too late. But I'm going to pick her up again this month. So this has not changed, but I wanted to show you that I plan on doing at least 1,000 stitches on her again in the month of July. I missed the month of June, but I plan on not missing July. Can't tell you yet where I will be working, depending on how my fingers and hands are feeling. All this thickness through here with all this confetti, like 1 or 2 stitches of one color and then moving on, has made it difficult even with the tiniest needle to pull it through without kind of hurting my hand as I pull it. So I'll probably go back and forth. I'll do some of that, and then when my hand starts hurting, then I'll move down here where there isn't a whole lot of coverage. Especially not a whole lot of like confetti coverage. These are actually just 2 colors. So I'll move down here and fill in some of this that'll be easier to fill in. And then I'll go back up and work typewriter method down. So, but of course, for sure, as those of you who follow will know, I'm only doing this side. This side will be completed fully before I start working the other side. Because knowing me, I will not get that Lace Maker done, who is right here, unless I work all around her and on the other side and have everything done but her. So this is 25 count, 1/1. It's an artisy pattern, charting it myself, 1/1 full cross, and the artwork is by Miles Burkett Foster. And then one new thing I'm going to be doing this month, and I'm pretty positive when I checked on how long it takes me to get other things finished and accomplished, and also knowing that I will have a little bit of retreat stuff, you know, working into this, but I still think I can accomplish this plan. There is a Facebook group called Stitches So Beautiful. Stitches So Beautiful is a really fun Etsy full coverage pattern store, and she charts these really, really pretty patterns, and I just love them all. I'd probably do every single Stitches So Beautiful pattern if I could. I just think they are just beautiful and all different. They're all so different in their looks. Trying to think of how long ago I did this, and I can't remember when I started it. And Catherine, and I can't think of her, Catherine will probably watch this, and she'll be shouting out her floss tube name, and I can't remember her floss tube name. But anyway, she said in her floss tube that she wanted to do a Stitches So Beautiful, or she wanted to do this particular Stitches So Beautiful pattern, and oh my, that was it. I fell deep and hard. This is Woman in a Field of Flowers 1 by Eder Jose Rosa is his whole name. And he has a lot of these women in a field of flowers, all sorts of beautiful ones. This is his original, and I fell in love with the original one and said, yes, of course I will start with you guys who are all working on it, going to work on it. And I did. And I don't have the tablet in front of me to tell you what, oh golly. Okay, where is the... Got to find the actual... Okay, hold on a minute, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, I actually started this and did, you know, some work on it. Not sure how much percentage-wise this is, but a few thousand. I decided to do it in the diagonal. It was just kind of weird. I just started out, and it just kind of lent itself to a 2-column diagonal. And I'm not doing it like really particular perfect like 2-column diagonal. That's just not me, because if I was doing it like real diagonal, I'd be parking my threads, and I don't like to do that. So what I'm doing is I'm doing 2 columns in a diagonal, and with this piece there's been enough of like a lot of the colors, the DMC colors in each 2 column diagonal, that I could finish a lot of the stitching in it. And I mean, there might be 1 or 2 like confetti stitches in there, but not a whole lot. So it's been working out fine, so I'm just continuing to still work it in a diagonal, a semi-diagonal. So that's why it's showing the way it is, and why some of this is done down here, some of it's done up here, and of course, since I'm not keeping it perfect diagonal, some of it's working out of the 2 column diagonal. So this is a cream color. So like a cream 25 count. 1/1 full cross, and you know something? I think when I was showing you the wrong way. It's supposed to be this way, guys. Anyway, this is a cream colored 25 count, 1/1 full cross, Lugana, gridding it myself. What we have to do is we get a free pattern from Stitches So Beautiful if we complete 250 stitches a week, and that is very doable. You know, if they had said something like 1,000 stitches a week, I would have to say no, because there's other projects I want to work on. You know, other plans I have that I want to do. But 250 is doable, especially with this one. So that is why I decided I'm going to jump on the bandwagon, because I'm positive sure I can get 1,000 stitches into her and then be able to get my pattern, my free pattern. So those are my plans for July. We'll see how they shape up, and if I finish them all and, you know, do them the way I want to do them. I'm going to end my regular video here, and then I will go ahead and upload another video of StitchCon and the Stitching Store Shop Hop Tour. That way I can get this one uploaded and posted, and then I'll go ahead and upload the other one later. So anyway, before I forget, I'll do my gratitude journal, and the quote is, "The road was new to me, as roads always are, going back." And that's true. There's always a little different take, a different look when you turn around and go back. You may think there's not, but there really is. And so anyway, that is my thought for today. Grateful to you guys for watching, subscribing, and everything. And I'm going to go ahead and end this so I can get this video uploaded and posted. So hope you all are having a wonderful, wonderful July, and lots of stitching and everything else you enjoy doing. So you take care, and I will see you soon. Bye.